So in today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys why Fortnite is the best game out right now, and why there's no games that actually really compare to it in terms of quality. So before we get into that, I want to say thank you for clicking on this video. If you do enjoy, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. As you can see, most people that watch my videos aren't actually subscribed, so if that's you, please consider changing that because it helps me out a lot. And finally, if you haven't already, you can join my Discord. The link is on my channel's homepage. You should be able to just join and we can talk about whatever. It's a pretty free chat. So hope you guys enjoy the video, and I don't want to waste your time anymore, so let's get into it. So we're going to be getting into a few reasons, and the first one I want to mention might not exactly be the reason why it's the best, but it's a reason why it has such a big player base, so that sort of contributes to why it has that sort of status, and that's that it's free and that it's easily accessible. So by free, this is a pretty simple thing to understand. Game costs zero money, doesn't cost you anything. You can just hop on whatever, console or whatever you play it on, get the game. It'll take a while to install, but it's free. The only extra cost coming to you is if you want to buy things inside of the game. But when I say easily accessible, what do I mean by that? Well, ultimately it means that this game is on basically every single device. So whether that's, as I said, a console like a PlayStation, an Xbox, or a Nintendo Switch, you could have something as well as like a phone, laptop. It's on nearly every device. So whether you're at home or at a friend's house or, just on the bus, you can really play this game. And I think that's definitely a big factor. Now, I'm not going to talk about this one too much because it's probably the easiest to sort of understand as to why it's such a popular game. But I think that definitely is a reason why a lot of people love the game, because more people are trying it out because it doesn't cost anything and you can find it basically anywhere. So the next thing I wanted to bring up is variety. So what do I mean by that? Ultimately, variety in this instance means that this game has so much to do. It isn't just about Battle Royale, it's not just about shooting people, but it's also about all the other modes that this game offers. And I also want to discuss things like emotes and skins, because this game is a lot more than just the gameplay. There's a lot more going into the game, especially with things like cosmetics. So let's look at the modes first. So originally the game was just the Save the World mode, which you did actually have to pay for until they ultimately changed it to the Battle Royale genre, which was of course free. And it has stayed that way. But now they've started adding in more modes that are free, like Lego Fortnite and Rocket Racing, and of course the Fortnite Festival. All of these, or not all of them, but a lot of them having sort of extra little things that you can pay for, which of course is costing you money, but you don't have to do this. All these modes are still free unless you want to get I guess you could say a better or a funner experience, but at the end of the day, it's up to you whether you want to buy them. Now, when it comes to skins and really any type of cosmetic, the same sort of rule applies. You don't need to buy them, but if you don't, your experience likely won't be as good because you don't have sort of the things that make the game more fun and more fun looking, I suppose. But when you buy skins or emotes, it sort of adds to the game's fun factor, I would say. And that's the next sort of thing I wanted to discuss, is the game's fun. It's a really, really great game, but I feel like the main thing with a game is, funnily enough, the gameplay. And I think that the gameplay of Fortnite is just fun and addicting. And there's always been sort of spells where the game hasn't been that fun, and there's also been times when the game's been really fun. And I'd argue right now it's sort of in the middle, where it has a lot of fun factors, but there's also some things that the game could improve on. But overall, it's just a fun game, and all the things that I mentioned before sort of add to that. So for example, all the different modes, if you're someone who doesn't like fighting other people, you can just do Fortnite Festival. Or, if you're someone who likes collecting skins and trying to get like all the different outfits and stuff like that, you can do that. It'll cost you a ton of money, but you can do that. This game's not just about fighting people, you know what I mean? It's the game caters to basically everyone. And that was pretty smooth because that's my next topic. It caters to basically everyone. This game is awesome because it doesn't matter you're not really supposed to be 7 if you're playing this game, but I know damn well there's 7-year-olds playing this game. 7 to really any age. I don't think there's like a max. And there's almost definitely, people in their like 60s still playing this game, which I know sounds sort of crazy, but there would be. There's definitely people out there who play this game every day. There's people out there who might play this game once a week or maybe every single day after work or school. I feel like the game is actually a pretty good stress reliever, strangely enough. And I think that's another reason as to why this game's not just so popular, but why it's so fun and why it is ultimately the best game on the market right now. So let's sort of go over the points I've made so far. So it's free and it's pretty easy to come by. There's a lot of variety, so you can do basically anything in the game. The game itself is actually pretty fun. Like, there's a lot going on, and the game sort of caters to everyone, right? So that's 4 points. So what's the final point going to be? Well, I wanted to give you one honorable mention, so it's kind of like a little free one here. I don't want to talk about it too much because it's sort of an obvious one, so I felt like it would be kind of cheap to put it as the number one reason, but I'm going to go with collaborations. So this one, again, kind of like the fact that the game's free, is a big reason for this. The game is where it is now, and it is a great game because it's not just original skins. Well, I think original skins are arguably better in some instances. In, like, for example, the Battle Pass, I prefer original skins, but then releasing standalone skins from, TV shows, like musicians in the Festival Pass, anything like that, I think that that's actually really cool. So, again, didn't want to talk about this one too much because it's kind of a more obvious one. So what's the number one reason as to why I think Fortnite is the best game right now? Now, the final thing that I wanted to talk about, and it could be this whole video wasn't exactly ranked, it was just sort of the top 5, but this one I'd say actually probably is the number one spot, and it's support. So by support, I mean that this game isn't just a game that gets an update once or twice a year, and then, a new season again, and then a new chapter starts, and that's really it. As soon as a new chapter starts, or a new season really, they just stop supporting it until the next one. But that's not actually what happens. This game basically gets new content nearly every week. I feel like I have to update the game at least once every week or 2 weeks because they're always adding stuff in. Whether that's, changes to little small parts of gameplay or to like inventories or the lobby or really anything. They change a lot of stuff. They're always trying to fix the game. If there's a glitch that messes up the game, you can almost guarantee it'll be gone by the next week, at least if they're able to fix it in that time span. They're just always adding to the game. They're always fixing things that make the game not as fun. They're always trying to make the game funner by adding in new things. Of course, things like the item shop, they're not in updates, but the item shop's always changing. It's always a really fun time when, you wake up, you check the item shop, and there's something that you like. It's always just a cool feeling being able to buy it, or, you're depressed because you can't buy it, but still, it's a really fun experience. So let me know in the comments, what do you think of Fortnite? Is it a really great game? Is it, kind of a okay game? Let me know. And as usual, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. I do hope you enjoyed. And as I mentioned at the start, please consider joining my Discord. It would help me out a lot. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a great day.